Hey y'all, okay, so I'm getting real results here. Working out with Kiara LASHAE Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and taking my ISOT, y'all. I am really getting it in. Y'all can get these booty bands, y'all can get cute little workout outfits and everything from teamlashae.com. The link is down below in the description box. Okay, check out these results right here. Get into it. Y'all should also check out Waist Knot Beads. She sent me these and I really love them. But yes, y'all, get onto this ISOT. I know they tell y'all it's a scam, but it's not. Like, look at me. And let's not forget about Omiage. Get you some. Come on now. Get all moisturized and such. Let your natural hair live. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. It was very entertaining. Y'all, it was a mess. Okay, y'all, so let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, the episode started off where the last one left off, which was with Tisha being escorted out of the building by, Dewey or whatever version of a little bit slow security guard that they had there at that establishment. I told y'all last week I did not like the fact that Melody thought this was necessary. And I kind of like the fact that Kimmy strong arm dragged Tisha back there to the room where Eminem were to, get some understanding. And Tisha was like, I was just coming here to support you, Mel. And Mel was like, and that's fine, but this isn't the time or the place. And if I wanted you to have an invitation, I would have invited you. And I didn't. Martell interjects and says that this isn't the time, okay? And he's about to say, I'm sorry. And Mel is like, what are you apologizing for? And Melody says, oh no, wait a minute. What do we need to apologize for? Because your husband filed a police report against my husband, okay? And Tisha was like, yes, because Martell kept sending me all of these text messages to my phone that were very nasty and I had to block him, okay? Now, I didn't get the feel that Tisha was trying to, act like he was secretly texting her. I think we all understood that it was a group text chain, Mel. So you was just doing the most. Mel, I love you, girl. I really do. I like Mel as a person. But I feel like Melody jumped off the deep end with having them escort Tisha out. I just felt like that was embarrassing and uncalled for. Even though I understand that things are nasty amongst y'all, and if somebody had talked about my mama, it would be hard for me not to whip their ass, let alone escort them out of a building, okay? So I'm going to give Mel a break on that. But I really do need to get further into whatever this situation is involving the mamas. Kimmy walks Tisha out, okay? And Tisha sits in the car and calls Marceau. And Marceau gets upset with her because he feels like she shouldn't have even went and did that. Why are you going over there? That's just stupid, Tisha. What do they do for you? Absolutely nothing. Okay? So there was no reason for you to go over there. Why do you care about having their friendship so much? I mean, he was really going in on her. And in all honesty, I understand where he's coming from, but there's a way to talk to your wife to which you're not talking to her like she's some dumbass. And I just don't like that. I think that it's demeaning. And because he's so misogynistic and an asshole anyway, he degrades her all the time. And the way he talks to her, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. But he tells her that she doesn't need to be the bigger person because she says that I was trying to be the bigger person and make things right between me and Mel because if I feel like I did something wrong, I want to correct it because Tisha is a people pleaser. I see that about her. But I also see that she can be conniving and messed up in some ways. But I do feel like she was extending an olive branch and, this was a lot for all of that. So when she leaves, Mel talks to Destiny, and Destiny was like, yeah, I saw her. I didn't realize that she wasn't supposed to be here. I thought you invited her. And she was like, no, I didn't invite her. And then she was trying to talk to me about, our issues. And Destiny was like, but this is not the time. She was like, exactly. This is not the time. I was like, yeah, no, it's not the time. It's not the time. I feel like Mel could have easily said, I appreciate that, but I kind of don't want to talk to you. And with everything going on, I didn't invite you because I didn't want to see you. Okay, so, if you're going to stay, that's fine. But please respect my event and respect my space. I don't want to deal with this right now. And left it at that. It didn't have to be, have Opie escort her out. So Maurice and Kimmy, y'all, he wants her to quit her job as a nurse and become a full-time entrepreneur. And she does not want to do that. First of all, she likes getting her paycheck every 2 weeks. And also, she likes being a nurse. She's a nurse. Everybody, isn't supposed to be an entrepreneur, and that's fine. Some people are worker bees, and they should be worker bees. And we need good, black, attentive, smart, caring nurses. We need her where she is. We don't need another real estate agent. Okay? We need more black nurses. Okay? So let Kimmy be great where she is. Now, Monster is living with them full time, y'all. And Monster is definitely growing up. I did appreciate seeing Kimmy give him affection, because I feel like with his mom not being in the household, he was still going to need that. And the fact that she is able to provide that in his mother's place, I think is amazing. And let's get this straight. You never replace somebody's mama, but it takes a village at the end of the day. And love is love, and children can never have too many people that love and care about them in this world, as far as I'm concerned, okay? So while they're, in there making breakfast, Kimmy and Maurice are talking about what happened with Tisha and Mel and how she got kicked out. And of course, he thinks that it was extra, just like I think it was extra. We all thought that was extra. Then we see Tisha and Marceau. They own this new plaza. Well, she says, I own this plaza and I'm building an office for my real estate business inside of the plaza. And I was like, oh, all right, girl, go ahead, So Marceau comes in and they're talking about this charity event that Tisha has coming up. And he's complaining about how he's had to get the kids dinner without her a few times. And he's going to have to do that again when she has this event. And I'm just like, so are you not going to eat? Because if you're going to eat, you might as well just get your kids something to eat too. And you don't have to go to 3 different restaurants. You're the parent, they're the children. Pick one restaurant. Pick one place everybody can get something to eat, and that's that. Like, we're not going to go to 3 different places so y'all can have y'all variety of foods. I don't know why people, allow their kids to do all of that. Like, no, you going to eat what I'm buying. Like, I don't know why that's a big deal for people. As long as you ain't allergic to it, we could figure something out. But I'm not going to 3 different restaurants. So, some 7, 8, 9-year-olds could have French fries and noodles and all. Like, no, like, figure it out, okay? But to complain about having to feed your children is annoying, because like, that's the one thing you sign up to do when you become a father, is to feed them. So, he annoys me with how he complains about the smallest things, but yet he's constantly degrading what Tisha does. Like, it's not hard. It's not a big deal. It's so easy to be a mother and, basically a housekeeper and a bed wench. Like, I'm sorry, but it wasn't easy in slavery, and it damn sure ain't easy now that she married to you, okay? Like, to me, it's exactly like slavery. The job never ends. You're constantly, doing for everybody else, domesticated work for everybody else except for yourself. And then you got to lay down and let Marceau do his business on you without any reverence for how you're feeling. Like, yeah, girl, color purple, down. So then, of course, they talk about the event and her getting kicked out, and he just wants her to leave Eminem alone. And he also tells her to keep that same energy that she has for them in her marriage. And she was like, I do keep that same energy. Anytime we get into it, I'm always coming to you to apologize so we can talk about it or fix it. And he says that if you come to me first, that would mean that you were wrong. And she was like, okay, Marceau. And she just walks away. Tisha, girl, you gonna explain to us what you getting out of this situation? You gonna tell us what the good part about this relationship is? Because I feel like you can do bad all by yourself, said Tyler Perry. So Mel and Martell go to the doctor's office to see about how to prevent further pregnancy until they've decided what they want to do, because Martell wants to continue to have children. He wants 5. And Mel is just not interested in having another child right now, okay? So they're having this conversation with the doctor. Very interesting, but whatever. Maybe he needs to get clipped. We know he ain't gonna do it, but Anyway, they start to talk about Kimmy and how Mel is tired of Kimmy riding the fence, even though she understands that she is a Scot. So she is going to, roll with her family, as she should. You know what I mean? I don't even feel like it's right for them to be asking her to choose a side. Then Martell comes up out of his mouth to say that Kimmy is being messy and that she was the original side chick because Maurice wasn't completely divorced when they started to date or whatever. And we've had this conversation over and over again. Martell is not saying any new information. He's saying what he's heard on Facebook from Maurice's ex-wife, okay, whose name that I forgot already, and from his brother, their other brother, the Scott's other brother, okay, talking about Kimmy being the other woman and all of that. And listen here, at this point, y'all are all 40, 50-something-year-old people. Who cares? You are married to another man, and I said that last season, that his ex needed to get over that, and she's still very much upset about it. But from what we understand, she cheated on him. He left and went to another state. That is where he met Kimmy. Their divorce was, either not filed yet or in the process of being filed when he moved. But when you move to another state and start a relationship with somebody else, she's not the side chick. Y'all ain't together no more. I don't know if you know. Y'all not together no more. And the fact that Martell brought that up about Kimmy, I thought that was so fucked up and disrespectful, because she made excuses for him. And I think he's really upset that she refuses to call Ariane Curry his side chick. So he wants to put that label on her. Shows how much of a good guy he is, huh, Kimmy? That he would get up there and talk about you like that, like you did something to him. Kimmy didn't do anything to y'all. Kimmy didn't do not a damn thing to either one of y'all for you to sit up there on this television and disrespect that lady like that. I just thought it was messed up, y'all. Because I really feel like the scene that comes to my mind was him going to her house and her talking about how Martell is such a good guy. And this is what he says about her, that she was a side piece. At the end of the day, that is her husband now. And it doesn't even matter. I feel like people spend so much time being upset about shit that don't even matter anymore. What's the point of being upset about that? Neither one of y'all, are single or whatever. She's married, he's married, they've moved on. Like, why are you bringing that shit up? That's just so messy to me. I think Martell brings out they both bring out the petty side of one another. Melody and Martell bring out the petty, immature side of one another. And this beef with Tisha and Marsau is not making any of that look any better to me. But Mel said, I don't know about that. Their relationship could have started, they might have just been friends before he got divorced or whatever. And I did appreciate her saying that, but I still felt like it didn't help the situation that much. Like, it might preserve your relationship with Kimmy, but I don't know if Kimmy would want to be friends with the two of y'all after that. Mel says that she doesn't like the way Tisha tried to switch it up and make it seem as if Martell was texting her privately. And I'm like, girl, didn't nobody feel like that about that? Okay, let that go. That's when Mel starts talking about how they took aim at her mom on social media, and they need to be glad that she didn't smack the shit out of Tisha. And I'm like, I need more tea on this. What did y'all say about somebody's mama, and why was somebody's mama brought into it? I ain't never heard Mel mama say nothing about nobody. So I don't understand, like, what could have possibly happened. Oh, let me guess. Miss Wanda got involved? Child, speaking of Miss Wanda, Tisha brings her mama, Miss Wanda, onto her podcast. And first she asked how things are with Marsau. And before Tisha could say they're good, she was like, wait, let me not say that, because that's not true. They moved into an investment property. Their children had to switch schools. That was tough for them. And, it's been hard. And y'all know how Marsau doesn't like to help anybody. So it's been very difficult for her, keeping afloat with everything that they have going on. And Miss Wanda says that's why she has to keep a good eye on Marsau to make sure that he's helping Tisha out and not just leaving her to do everything all on her own. And Tisha is like, it seems to me like it don't matter how much screaming and hollering you do, you can't make a man do something that he doesn't want to do. And somehow they get on to the subject of cheating, and that's how they get on to the subject of Mel and Martell, and Miss Wanda feeling like Melody needs to just let it go because you found out 2 years into your marriage that Martell was a cheater. Why are you still mad about it now? And I just kind of feel like, what? Like, I get what you're saying, but, I don't understand how you can say Mel shouldn't be mad about something that's going on in her marriage when you be mad about shit that's going on in your daughter's marriage. So, I just don't understand that. But Miss Wanda feels like all men's is dogs. I said, Lord have mercy. Please stop putting that S on the end of men. men's. Like, men, Miss Wanda. Oh, I used to have a friend that used to say pantses all the time, and that used to work on my damn nerves. Girl, say pants, not pantses. Ain't no ES on the end of that. It's all right, y'all. My people, my people. It's okay. Just love to add an extra S on the end of something. And so Tisha then tells her mom about Melody kicking her out of the event. And Miss Wanda said that you should have slapped that bitch. And I was like, not just slap that bitch. Oh my God. Then Wanda says that Kimmy is messy too. And Tisha is like, look, I'm not about to get in no mess between you and Kimmy. Kimmy is my sister. You my mama. I'm going to have your back no matter what. But I'd rather not. Y'all, Miss Wanda is just always looking for a fight. She needs to go to therapy and deal with her anger issues. So y'all, Destiny comes over to Mel's house. And y'all know Mel is always doing 5,000 things at one time, okay? She holding the baby and talking on the phone and filing paperwork and mailing packages off. Child, she doing a whole bunch, okay? And Destiny comes inside and she talks to Mel about how ever since she got married to LaDerrick, she's had to change her whole life around. She moved into his bachelor pad that isn't big enough for all of her things. So, you know, she's not as comfortable as she would like to be. They're in therapy, you know, every week dealing with whatever their issues are. It's been an adjustment for the both of them, on top of the fact that she got pregnant so quickly after they got married. And apparently they had 6 miscarriages before this baby. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. Huh? Y'all didn't have 6 miscarriages, but the baby was a surprise? Like, and y'all still don't have a place to live for the baby? Like, something about all of that just doesn't make sense. Like, why are you, you know, trying to have a baby with somebody, but y'all are not in a space where y'all are actually ready for one? Like, I don't, you know, like, don't it just seem like something weird about the way, you know, that's set up? Why y'all still living in a bachelor pad? You know, I mean, look, I don't know nobody money, but I'm just saying, if we have time to have 6 miscarriages and then have another pregnancy, that's not so quick as far as I'm concerned. But I guess she meant just over the course of their relationship still. Like, why continue to try to have a baby if you're not going to have room for it? You know, like, don't people, like, you know, be having houses ready for that when they go through this process of continuing to try to get pregnant until they actually get pregnant? Child, maybe it's some backstory we don't know about. But either way, Mel encourages her, and she talks about how she had that miscarriage before she had this baby and how she didn't know whether she wanted to keep this baby because of everything that was going on with Martell. But she tells her to stick it out. Marriage is not always easy, but it's worth it if you can make it work, which is so hard to listen to Melody say now that we know she's filed for divorce and moved to Atlanta. But whatever. So, y'all, we see Tisha. She's in her mirror in her bedroom, and she's practicing her speech for the event that she has. It's for 6 o'clock that night. And Marceau comes in with a little coffee drink with a little bit of liquor in it, and it seems as if he was being supportive for a minute. But he listens to her do her speech, and at some point she speaks about how she felt like she had lost herself. And she looked in the mirror in 2015 and felt like she didn't recognize herself. Well, somehow that has upset Marceau because it makes it seem as if he doesn't do anything. Well, you don't do anything. And he also says how he doesn't like the fact that she's talking about getting back to herself. He can't get back to himself. Everything he does is for the family. His paycheck goes straight to the family. He can't get back to himself. And I'm like, I was already explaining where she was coming from with this before she actually started explaining it. When you get off from work, your job is over. You get to come home and have your wife feed you food and fuck you and make sure your kids are taken care of so you can go to sleep worry-free once you walk through those doors. Meanwhile, she is working from morning to night with you, with the kids, with the house, with the business that she is trying to have for herself, for her own needs and wants, because they don't seem to be important to her husband, so they have to be important to her. What she needs to be a whole person is not important because Marceau feels like we're supposed to give up half of ourselves to be in a marriage. No, Marceau. I don't know who told you that, but that's bullshit. And let's be very clear. You didn't give up half of anything. The only thing you gave up was how much you screw around on her. And that's probably something that she had to give up as well. You have to give up having sex with other people when you decide to get married. But nobody is signing up to give up themselves. to the point where they don't have anything left for themselves. No woman is supposed to be giving anything to her children or to her husband if she doesn't have it to give to herself, because her husband and her children are not getting the best of her if they're getting tired, ran down, not happy Tisha, unhappy Tisha, okay? So it bothers me that he's so bothered by her speaking about her own journey and what she's had to do with herself, and how any reflection on what she needs and wants is a problem for him. Even though he doesn't have to do any of the things that she has to do. He actually told her he didn't realize that her life was so hard because she had to call a babysitter if she wanted to go somewhere. Because she made the point that she has to look for someone to watch their children if she wants to do something, because she can't depend on him the way he can just go and do whatever he wants to, because he knows that she's there with the children. The children aren't even a priority for him. He doesn't have to think about his children in any decision that he makes besides the money. Besides the money. That's the only thing he has to actually consider his children in. And that is really, really upsetting, because you're their father. You're their father. You're not a benefactor. You're their father. You're supposed to be there. You're supposed to care about if they eat. You're supposed to care about if they've taken a bath today, if they did their homework, if your daughter is feeling okay after school today. You're supposed to care about those things. And the fact that you feel like you don't have to do any of that and it's all her responsibility, but you can turn around and tell her that you didn't realize her life was so hard. Oh my God, your life has been so hard, huh, Tisha? Being a stay-at-home mom, having a 24/7 job every day of your life. Throw the whole nigga away. Y'all, I cannot stand him. I cannot stand him. The way he stood there and dressed her down and got her upset and got her head out of the game for this speech. So it's not even the fact that you're actually arguing with her about how she feels about her journey in her life, okay? And how that makes you look like somebody that's not doing what they're supposed to do. Well, guess what, nigga? You're not. I could not take the fact that he ruined that for her. This was supposed to be the greatest night of her career. He didn't fuck that up. He's a sorry motherfucker, all right? What's love got to do with it? Okay, circa 93. Yeah, y'all. I can't take Marceau. I think he's terrible to her. I think he plays mind games with her. I think he is mentally and emotionally abusive. And I feel sorry for Tisha a lot of the time, because I feel like Tisha in some way feels as if maybe she can't get any better or she's stuck. But even though she works on my nerves, their dynamic always makes me feel bad for her. You know, I just do. But anyway, y'all, that was Love and Marriage Huntsville. I enjoyed it. Did y'all enjoy it? Did you enjoy the review? I hope so. I hope so. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I'll see y'all in the next one.